This one is going to be a little bit different. Usually there's quite a lot of editing, quite a lot of different shots, but today I'm just going to go around and feed the fish. Steph is just going to keep filming and we'll do sort of like minimal editing, make it a little bit more real, like more like a fly on the wall thing. But we're going to feed them anyway, and I was like, well, why don't we just film this? Like, people might be interested to see the fish, see what they're eating, that kind of thing. Let's go.
Right, let's go.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you're not gonna, normally you'd click stop there.
No, I'm just gonna carry on.
Okay.
Turn the light on, off.
Off. Yeah, don't worry about me. Should we start with the 8 foot?
Constantly worried about you.
Let's start with the 8 foot. So what do I do for this tank?
Just a sec. We need to close the curtain.
Oh yeah. I think sometimes you can stop it when we've got to do certain things.
Yeah, that's fine. Obviously this bit's very important. Betta. Right, where were we?
Don't want that in the shot, do we? So down here is the foods. Now most of the foods I'm going to be using is the same ones I always use. It's the flake food and it's the pellet, sinking pellet as well from Aquarian. So I tend to start, I actually start normally with the pellet. I go all the way around the studio with the pellet and then I add in afterwards the flake. I'm not sure why I do that, but I do. Well then guys, little taps, look. I always do my little taps. Everyone now knows that there's food coming. Chunks is being a little bit grumpy at the moment, but he does eat.
Grizzle, isn't he?
Oh, we've got a new addition to this tank. I added the pearl gourami that I had in another tank. He was on his own, so he settled right in straight away. Colours are looking great. Looking the best I've ever seen him actually. It's definitely a boy because he's got the raggedy back, which is like a male characteristic. So yeah, there's quite a lot of pellet there, but you know, we've got a lot of bigger fish. The keyhole cichlids now are really good size. And look at the size of the angels now as well.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Come on, Chunks. Over in the corner here, Chunks has just found his own little...
a new leaf that's...
degrading. That's fine.
He's created a door to his tunnel.
Shall I get that out of the way?
I can't really...
Get out the way, Leaf. Move, Leaf. Get out the way.
There he is.
There he is. Just doing his thing. He's cleared out a load of the sand back there as well and dug up that plant. But what I'm going to do is chuck some pellet. Oh, that didn't work.
You need to get...
I need to get still.
High and in. Oh. There we go, the trusty step.
Don't think we should be telling people that need to get high.
Higher.
Ah. Okay, yeah, I need to get right in just to make sure some of that food falls down there because he's not really moving from that spot. He does, we have seen him out, haven't we, several times, Steph, but he's just very picky when he does it.
Yeah, a couple of videos ago he was out front showing off. There we go, he is. It's hard to get because it's very dark.
Oh yeah, he's eating. There we go, he's in there.
There's a lot of reflection as well, so just, yeah, you're gonna have to trust us on that one. You're gonna do flakes now then? You're gonna break your system?
Yeah, I just feel like we're showing the tank, so I should show it. Normally I just go round and just do those pellets in all the tanks that I know need pellets. Whereas, you know, we're already on the tank and all the little guys, they wouldn't have got those. They just went straight to the bottom and all the big uns take advantage and the cories and stuff. So I get a nice little grip of the flake, put it in the water I always like to do, and then crumple it all up. Again, it does look like a lot of food, but there are a lot of fish, so...
How many do you reckon are in here?
7,000.
Whoa.
No, a couple of hundred. It's got to be a couple of hundred. When you look, like...
Should we try and count?
Oh, it's impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Oh. Between 150 to 200, I reckon. Because there's a lot of cories as well.
Yeah, there's one there.
That is a very nice panda cory. Maybe. No, it might not be actually. It might be like another version of. We've got slate cories in here. There's one there. And then this one here is a slate cory, but it's a big old, possibly female. Looking toidy. I love that. That's got like the burnt orange, or that could be a rusty cory, not a slate cory. They're all quite similar. We've got the Discus tank here. I'm going to save that till last because there's a bit more involved. Frozen food preparing and stuff like that. They're just going to whiz around and do the rest first. What have I done with my pellets? Oh, they're over here. Right, so now in the Malawi tank, look, these guys know. They just know what was happening. As soon as I pick this up, it's almost like they can hear that noise. Look, they're very fun. Got a little bit of surface scum on here. I need to clean out the surface skimmer. Are you ready? So I only feed pellets in this one, and they just get through them so fast. Barely anything touching the floor at all. I also like to chuck stuff in at the back, just to make sure stuff falls between the rocks as well, because there's actually a lot of catfish. Oh yeah, they're coming out now, Cynodontis.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Because these guys are so piggy, I have to just keep chucking it in to make sure that stuff falls down, because they will literally eat everything. But again, big fish, big bellies, they're gonna take quite a bit of food, especially these big males here. The bully eye male, bully eye female. The female's are orange bottom fin, and then the big colourful, look at that male. So nice looking. I swear they've grown even bigger again since upgrading this tank.
Yeah, they have, definitely.
What was that, like a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah, it's a cool tank. The fish are very, very nice. I did say though, once they get big again, because they will get probably about like this size, we'll redo it again, simplify it, and make it a bit more open water with less rock work. Eventually, they're going to need a bigger tank, I think, but we can work on that when the time comes.
Bigger tank. The catfish are beautiful, aren't they? Just get little glimpses of them in there.
When they keep popping in and out,
caves.
yeah.
There you go. Hello. Bye.
And back I go.
Well, they're quite nervous, aren't they?
Yeah. And then normally I come straight over for the Mabuna. Again, the surface skimmer is getting stuck. There's also a load of plants sat in the top here because we've just taken down the tank that I want to reuse these. So I stick them in here and all the duckweed gets eaten off them. There was so much duckweed in this tank and now there's just a few bits left that are caught in amongst these plants that I want to reuse. Just the areas they couldn't get to. So they like a mix of like vegetable matter, and I feed the pellets as well. So these pellets are just the right amount of protein content for them. They can't have too much protein because apparently it gives them like a bloat. So I looked up the correct amount and then checked on these ones, and yeah, it falls right in the range that they need. But again, cichlids, they're just pigs. Like this doesn't touch the floor. These guys don't seem to have realised. There you go. But in and amongst all the caves and stuff, there's Cynodontis as well in this one, and there is lots of bristlenose as well. There we go. They're a bit more brave in this tank. It's been set up for a lot longer. But again, a decent sized fish, big stomach sizes, and I just sort of keep going for a little bit and just sit back, watch them, and then when I can see that they've cleared what I've put in, I'll put more in as well. Even now, let's see, they've cleared that in seconds.
They're all coming out the front, the Cynodontis.
Look at that, brave. They're a little bit different, these ones, because those other ones have got like the white fin to them, whereas these ones, not all of them do. Some of them do. I can't remember, there was a slight variation in the species, but these have got more like a spotted look and don't have the white like edges to them.
Nice. Gone.
Yeah, they need more than that. You can see their bellies filling up. It's a very interesting tank, this, because it's different to the rest of mine, whereas obviously I normally have a full substrate system to help with like keeping down on algae, maintenance of things. Well, this one, I don't have any of that, and it still doesn't get very many water changes at all. It just gets top ups. I haven't done a water change in so long. I should probably test.
6 months, you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, let me test the nitrate levels. I mean, it's going to be a bit different because I put all these roots in there, but...
There you go, it's about to do it. Got it.
Just added the water. You have to shake the nitrate test for like a minute to get the result that you want to see. Not want to see, but will see. And basically, we don't want to see high nitrates in this tank because there's not really a source to use the nitrates. In a planted tank, they can go up like 50, 60 ppm. Wouldn't bother me at all because that's just a food source. In fact, you can have too low nitrates in a planted tank and your plants will suffer for it. But in this one, there's no plants. Well, there is because I just put some in. But that's literally been like yesterday afternoon. So they're not going to have used up anything in that time. So whatever it sits at is what that tank is sat at with no water changes, no substrate system. It's got a pretty small filter on it as well, actually. It's the smallest biomaster. So yeah, this will be interesting. Like you would expect it to be rocketing off the scale with the amount I feed the fish in here, the amount they're going to poop as well, all the little cleaner fish. Although they're cleaner fish, they still produce waste because they're eating stuff and pooping stuff. So, I mean, I can already see it's not even gone up. It's crazy. Right, that's been a minute. That's been a hot minute. Like 5 ppm. Like, I've cleaned the filter out probably once in every 2 months. And even that's just a pre-filter. Water changes happened so long ago I can't even remember. And it's still sitting at 5 ppm. What is using the nitrates? It's crazy. But yeah, works. So why change it?
Onwards.
Yes.
I feel like they're still hungry.
They probably are. But that's the thing, they're such pigs that they
They'll
would just keep
going,
doing
keep
it.
going.
I swear they would eat until the food started popping out of their belly. That's the thing, when Kate feeds these, they're like, she's like, oh, keep going, keep going. Well, I mean, it's not fouling the water, is it, at the end of the day? But when we got these, there were tiny, tiny things. And I swear some of them here now are like from the babies. Like this is so small compared to the rest of them. It could just be genetics, but it just seems strange that we've got such small ones.
There's a few in there, isn't there?
And you've got your big old males, like this blue one here is a nice big male.
And that one there.
Yeah, that one. So you see it's got the spots on the back. Tends to be like 2 or 3 tends to be a male, but sometimes not as well. So that might not be. Like this one over here, he's covered up in the light, but so bright and vibrant. It's got 3 spots on the back and on the anal fin as well. So yeah, they're cool fish. Some of my favourite. And my electric blues, they need some pellets as well. These guys are much more shy. They don't tend to eat it until you've put it in and then walked away. There's only the 2 of them. You can see they've been either love locking, that's a good sign. So the front mouths that both of them have got like these little wears on them, and that would be from lip locking, I think, which usually happens when they're going to breed. So hopefully there's a possibility of some babies soon. There we go. These guys like to more sort of go around and scavenge rather than just eat it out the water column, which I'm fine with. We can do that. Quite a lot of floating plants in here now. I need to take those out, take them to the shop. No, I've just given it to you.
Have a word.
It's literally in front of you.
Love locking.
Lip locking. For some reason I called it love. So they do this thing where they both sort of keep, like they're kissing, it looks like they're kissing, but it's like a form of aggression until eventually one stops and then they breed. But yeah, that's happened recently, which means they might be getting ready to spawn. I reckon if I did a nice big water change now, it would cause it. And it also, oh yeah, I put some frozen food in there the other day as well. Whenever I tend to put frozen food in, like bloodworms or tropical mix or something like that, it does seem to trigger some spawning, so.
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah. Exactly. It's there.
Bloodworm aphrodisiac.
It's the classic.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in the doghouse, I'll bring some home for cake. No, I don't.
Oh, God.
Got some pellets for the archer fish here. I've just trimmed a load of the top up here because it's so gloomy. Oh yeah, they know. There you go, guys. So there's 2 options. You can feed them like this and just chuck it in for them, and they don't really get it once it's fallen down. So all the other fish that are in there, which is the perch, you've got the danios, and you've got some loaches as well. They'll get all the stuff that's falling down, and then I just sort of wait here and just keep flicking every now and again some more. They just like to jump at it on the surface.
I love how they just emerge out the back.
Out the darkness, yeah. Remember when you were first here, though, they weren't feeding as much because they knew that you were here, but now they're absolutely fine with it.
Who is this guy?
Exactly, they know. They're very intelligent, but they're looking good. Originally had 7 a long time ago, and the weakest just sort of died off, but these 3 have been solid now for a good, year and a quarter, something like that, year and a half. Like the dominant ones, and they've just sort of thrived in this setup. It's kind of why I haven't changed it for so long. Yeah, there's the loaches. I haven't changed this one now for like nearly 2 years, and just because of how settled they are. So those of you who say that I change my tanks too regularly, I only tend to do it on tanks where I know the fish are going to be absolutely fine with it. But these guys, they love this setup. They know their little territories. They know where their safe zone is, which is that middle bit of the back. I know that when I feed them, they're comfortable enough to come out, and it just works. So down here, we've got my sort of pond-style ecosystem tank. The filter's not even on anymore, it hasn't been for ages. So we've got my little betta here, hello buddy. The betta absolutely loves an environment like this, coming through all the plants, finding its way through. There's quite a lot of cories at the bottom. Are you picking up the light with it, Steph, or is it difficult?
It's a bit dark.
You might have to do manual ISO. Okay, and then for this one, I just put the cory pellets. Well, they're just sinking pellets, but they've got a cory on the front, so I always call them cory pellets. Sink them into that foreground area there. We should be able to get some nice cory action. It tends to be one of those ones where you come back to it and they're all out in the foreground. Because there's one there. I want to see the golds. Where's the gold lasers? There's one there, but the light is not showing it. There's a gold laser. There's 2 gold lasers. Come on, guys. You gonna come forward?
Oh, yeah. Probably because your hand's in there. And...
Yeah. Yeah, cool tank. It needs a trim up. It needs a tidy up. But it's one of those ones that's just completely self-sufficient. I could leave this tank for like weeks and the fish would be fine. There'd be such a good food web going on there that, yeah, they would be able to scavenge plenty. None of the tanks you can leave forever, let's be honest. You've got to feed them at some point, unless you put like minimal stocking, get a ton of pond water or something, but no thank you. You go eat that.
Oh, here they come, here they come.
Yeah, it's like once they get a sense of it in the water, and also the movement of them all, I swear they can all hear each other like getting the food, so then all of them know, come to the front, come to the front. There's way more than that in there as well. We can come back to it in a sec and overlay a shot now of when they're all sort of at the front eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got pandas, smudge, and gold cories, gold lasers.
Laser beam. Cool.
Did you get a shot from above of all the plants? Because yeah, it's quite cool and it's very jungly look, but obviously always the plants are going to grow towards the light, so it's going to block it out even more. But I'm going to trim that all right down. Got this full-on jungle growing at the back now with the siamensis, Hygrophila siamensis. Some of the leaves have dried out, but that's normal. Like this is the leaf from the Echinodorus, but the new ones growing up will be converted to be grown out of water, so they'll just like keep going and get much bigger.
Yeah, you can see some in there.
Coming up.
Yeah, some.
And then above it, I've got this sort of like natural river's edge vibe tank, and we've got some barbs in here. They're Odessa barbs, and they're all males actually. It's quite interesting. So they were put in here. I didn't even put them in here. Well, no, I did. But I found these fish when they were absolute babies and I had no idea what they were until they grew up. But they will get bigger than this, but they're of a size now where I can put in some of the pellets and they can actually eat them. The dwarf danios, look, they're trying to, but it's not going to happen, guys. The barbs aren't actually used to these, so this will be the first time. I think this is the first time I fed them those. I was just looking at them then at the size and thinking, they could probably have a go at these pellets now. I think they're a little bit too big for them still.
Yeah, it's got it in its mouth.
They're trying. Obviously they soften, so over time they'll be able to get them, but yeah, they're not quite there yet. I'll still put flake in it.
Big gobstopper.
Yeah. Oh, gobstoppers. Well, gross when you think about it.
Absolutely gross. You just put them in your pocket when they're like half licked. And
yeah, just covered in fluff. And then you have to just run them under the tap so you can resuck again.
Rank.
We've got a saltwater tank. We have got our clownfish. A little bit shy, but once they know that, there you go. Come on then, both of you. There's plenty more. Yum, 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 yum. It's a cute little tank. I don't go heavy on like corals and things because I'm all about the macroalgae that's growing in there, which again is going to need another trim soon. You can't even see the pulsing zania because it's covering it up. But the green's growing now. That's good. Again, I'm not great on the macroalgae names, but that green one's actually creeping right up into it. I thought it'd be really cool to have the contrast of the green and the red. Oh, sorry guys, you want some more? There you go. Yum. And then next to those here, we've got, this is the tank I set up with George. I feel like it needs a second light, I really do, because we set it up in a way that you've got this big piece of wood in the middle directly under the light. And as a result, it's kind of like shading most of it. So you almost want 2 points of light. Anyway, we've got Bolivian rams in here, and we've got the rummy-nosed Tetra. Rummy-nosed Tetra will try and eat this, but they won't be able to. But I'm just gonna chuck down the sinking pellets so that they get down to the bottom, because the Bolivians stay down there. Oh, there we go, nice one.
Oh yeah.
As if by magic. Oh, there's a bristlenose just popped his head out the top as well. And there's actually about 5, I think, Bolivian rams in here. Most of they've all got their own little territory areas, and I think most of them are around the back at the moment, but they should start coming forward. There's one just underneath the filter inlet. He's having a little look. Of course, the pellets aren't falling there because, there we go, some's coming down now. I scared him because I chucked some in, but that's it, he's coming out. Get your food. They will go around and scavenge as well, so that's all right. That's a male, look. Quite a young male, because they'll get about double that size, but it's done a blinking good job. Look at that wood. Not a spot of algae on the wood, the rock, or anything. I think there's 2 in there. They were much smaller than that when I put them in, so they're growing. Makes sense. There's obviously been a good food source for them. If I've got 1 in a tank, 1 bristlenose or 2 bristlenose, I tend to not put algae wafers in because they just go around and clean up for us. Whereas if they're fed, obviously they're not going to do that so much. But any tank where I know I've got quite a lot in, I'll put algae wafers in as well. And here we've got my rainbow tank. And because it's morning, it should be all coloured up nicely. Look at this one, that's a Madagascar. And that is the boss of the tank, even though we've got some good sized Boesmanis here as well. Let's get some food in. They know it's coming. There's more than this. Just they've not all come to the front at the moment. Where are you guys? There we go, there's one coming round. It's all here, guys. Because it's so first thing in the morning, quite a lot of them go in the reedy bits at the back, and they'll be breeding. Like, morning is breeding time. Yeah, they're very cool. I'm gonna get some more for sure. Where's my other Boesmani? Should be in here. Oh yeah, I can see several of them right down the back there. You can't get to them. They are canoodling.
Oh.
I've had them quite a long time now. Oh, there we go, there's 2 now, 2 Boesmanis. We've got, they're slightly different. You've got like a super red kind of one, and then this one's more of a yellowy. Oh, see, there's the Madagascar, it's back, it's boss. Put some more in. Again, the rainbows are one of those that only, there we go, another one come forward as well. So the rainbows tend to only eat when the food is on the surface or falling. As soon as it goes down to the bottom, they won't eat it. But that's fine because we've got bristlenose down there, and there's quite a lot of cories as well. We've got rusty cories in here, skunk cories as well. Although my skunk cories now...
Fast, isn't he?
Yeah, very fast. My skunks are quite old. Like literally years and years old. There's a cory, look. It's a cool tank though. It's quite minimal, like lots of gaps in between the plants for the plants for them all to sort of zoom. Look, loads have come forward now, look, they're all coming out. I was so confused just then because I was like, where are all the fish? And then just like that, they all come out because they're definitely all out the back trying to breed. The chances of the eggs like hatching in here is incredibly low, and even if they do come out to be wigglers, they're going to get picked off because the rainbow fish are great predators really because of how fast they are.
Aggressive.
Well, this one, he is so aggressive. He's not even like the biggest by size, but like, I suppose he's longest length, but that Boesmani next to him is just way bigger in terms of thickness, but it just seems to, look at that. It only does it at food time as well. It doesn't do it the rest of the time. But that's why he's so vibrant. He's like the alpha male of the whole group, just seeing everyone off, look. There's plenty of food to go round.
That's what I'm like when it's lunchtime.
Yeah, but you've already had 10 snacks before then.
That's true.
It's quite funny, every 2 seconds, Steph will go, snack time, and just walk out with another snack.
I've got a problem.
A snack problem. Right, I'm here at the Discus tank. They are begging. How many are at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got way more than 6. There's territories, there's 2 back here as well, I can see. 2 blues. But hopefully I can get them to come forward when I feed. So first of all, just put a little bit of a pellet in just to wet the whistle. There we go. I'll let that stuff just sort of fall down the the cardinals are going to try and have a bit of it as well. But now I'll get the actual proper food for them that I like to feed regularly.
The discus dinner, discus menu.
Discus menu. Right, so frozen food-wise, a little bit of discus. There's enough in that one. I've got a fresh discus menu. Get this from Maidenhead. It's basically got like a bit of everything they need in it. So it's like an all-in-one solution. So I feed that, but you've got two options. You can defrost it first and put it in, but what I quite like to do is just take the chunk. That's quite a big slab.
That's
I don't,
a big bit, yeah.
Don't need that much, especially after the pellets. And because obviously the discus water is warmed up to, we're at 29 degrees at the moment, I can just put it in and it sort of melts as I go. Come on guys, where's the rest of them? They're staying back there. And there's two of them back there, and that could be a breeding pair, to be honest. They found their own little spot. There's the little one, there's a little nugget one that hides down the back as well. It's a bit like a bit of a runt of the litter. And then one of them we've got up at the top being, trying to put some medicine and food size on him. I'll show you that one in a minute. So yeah, this is now defrosting, so I can just sort of like start breaking up a little bit more. There we go. They don't mind eating off the bottom as well, discus, at all. So they'll have little nibbles on it, and then
I love this little one, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's very brave.
Very brave.
Because the other little one's hiding currently.
Size doesn't matter.
Yeah, come over the top here, Steph. Look down the back. I'll be slow, go slow. But look.
Oh yeah.
The two of them in that corner.
Let me just...
It's like they're breeding or doing something. I can't see any eggs. I'm just trying to look down. But they are getting to that age because those ones are quite a decent size.
It's very hard to make them out. Yeah, you can just see the glint of blue there.
You can definitely see that they're there though, yeah?
Yeah.
And then the other little one normally hides down behind that log, doesn't he?
Yeah, just down in there.
I'm going to chuck some more pellets in the back section because there's also cories, so anything that doesn't get eaten by the discus. But I want to make sure they've got some food as well.
Okay.
You can get this. There you go, guys. Let that fall down there. Oh, I can see the other one. Come here. He's just
tucked behind that bit of wood. Ooh,
in there. Yeah.
In there.
No, and then this is the one that we've got in the hospital tank at the moment. Look, it's struggling with balance. It's not been eating. I have seen it eating, but not very much. It's been treated and dewormed as well, but we just thought, give it, like, sometimes you just get a bad example. Like at the farm where they like farm these and grow them up, it probably would have been one that they would have just gone, okay, I think we should euthanize. But I just want to give it the best chance. If I see it really struggling, then, you know, I'll put it to sleep. But because it's still putting some food and eating some food, I still want to just give it another week or so and just see what we can do. It might just change around once the meds are starting to work a bit better. But it's not looking good. But you know, we should do what we can.
Coffee interlude. Coffee interlude.
We're saying unedited. We just want to upload the footage we've done so far to make sure we've actually got our mics on. Everything's actually working, it's recording, and so far so good.
Yeah, we were filming for ages, and that would have been disaster.
Can you imagine if we had to redo all of that? We just wouldn't have done it.
No, we wouldn't. We've just gone to the pub.
It's not Friday. What day is it?
Don't know. Every day's a Friday.
Wednesday.
That's how you spell it.
Expecting you to say that's how you spell it. I thought you was going to say that's right or something. I'm just going to get my breakfast. I normally skip breakfast, but now I've got some grenade. Jaffa cake grenade. I don't know, why is it called grenade? It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm just going to get my breakfast. It's an apple.
Yeah, but that's like your fifth breakfast.
Yeah, I do have a problem.
These are great though. Expensive, but like actually the only like meal replacement bar. This is the only meal replacement bar. This is the only meal replacement bar doesn't taste like sawdust. I found. That's why I bought loads of them. But it is unedited. Steph was just coming past one of my latest. Oh, look at him schooling, look at him schooling, look at him schooling.
I couldn't work out what on earth you were saying then.
Steph was just walking past this tank and he was like, oh, what's this? What's this?
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this. Oh yeah, maybe.
My finger will help.
Your finger's helping.
So these are snail eggs. And you'd never seen them, have you? So you're like, what's that? But then you remembered that there was a load of, about 3 or 4 snails in some sort of G down here. And as a result...
Did you just say?
And as a result, we've got eggs. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh no, snail eggs. I absolutely love them. I deliberately put snails in here. The population will self-regulate based on how much you feed. If you overfeed, you get a ton of snails. If you don't overfeed, you get just the right amount of snails. They're on the rocks, they're cleaning it, they're doing a massively good job. And yeah, I think they're great. Let's give these guys a feed. So this is
I'm
day
looking forward
2.
to seeing these hatch. I'm just going to stay here until they hatch.
I think you'll be a while. It normally takes a good few days.
Oh, right. Well, in which case?
Were you expecting like within the next hour or something?
Next couple of minutes, yeah.
When you think you saw that a couple of days ago, because we were actually at the house yesterday, weren't we, doing a video there? But so yeah, we've got. I think it's a good 3 or 4 days for hatch time. But yeah, let's feed these guys. They're quite new in the tank, so this is day 3, isn't it, of them being in? Or day 2
and they're
and a half.
looking good.
They look great. We've not had a single loss. And normally, when you get a big group of fish, you tend to get 1 or 2 that doesn't do well. Every single one of them been great. Just give them some food. Crumbling up the flake in between my fingers just to make it sort of like tiny little microparticles. And then it's going in the flow. She's here. And there we go. Now they're eating it. Good little meal. The tank is doing great, isn't it? It's just sort of got better and better, really.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I did sort of put the debate out of should I add in CO2 and just get it to go absolutely nuts, but I think slow and steady, just keep it ticking along. It's taken a month to get to this point, which is pretty darn good, but I have been doing so much work. But even in the last few days, I've come back and there's just a little bit of algae on the rocks, but before this had been way more and I had to do a water change, algae scrubbing, but it seems to be really, really settling in nicely. The light is high powered, so you're gonna try and get algae if you haven't got CO2 for plants to grow super fast. But I'm happy with the growth of it now, and I think I'm just gonna keep CO2, and I think I'm just gonna keep it like as it is. I don't need to add CO2 to it. It's beautiful anyway, isn't it? It will look completely different with it, and it will look amazing. But you just gotta.
You're having a real debate with yourself there, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I don't want to use it, but I also kind of intrigued to see how it would look. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we'll just do another one, bigger.
That's true. We could do like a 4-foot version of this with like crisscrossing mountains rather than a few
Proper
rocks.
Brazilian style.
Yes. I thought a Brazilian was a landing strip, but some other people said it was nothing at all, if you catch my drift.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So, who knows? Couple of cool tanks here. I don't know why I said it like that. This is the ecosystem tank, which has got a collection of cardinal tetra in and an old little molly now, black molly. You are getting on, aren't you, buddy? His female passed away a while ago, but we have seen him with Steph. We might not see it now, hopefully when I feed. There's quite a few babies that they've left in here that are now growing up. So if I get some food going in here, hopefully we'll see them come out. They're a lot more cautious than their father is. He's now run away from me. Come on then, I definitely need to do a trim up in here. It looks quite cool, like moody, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like the moodiness.
Yeah, but the plants over in this end will suffer more because of they're not getting any light from because the surface plants, the floating plants are like blocking it.
And there were a lot more surface plants, weren't there, a couple of weeks ago?
Oh yeah, and it's already like come back, so I need to get those out. You notice that some of the reds on the Ludwigia in the middle is nowhere near as vibrant as it was, just because the whole surface was pretty much covered, but it will bounce back for sure. I'm just waiting for one of the young mollies to come out.
Oh, there's Daddy-O.
Yeah, there's the dad, who didn't get any of those flakes. There you go. And get them from the surface. There we go.
When I was a boy, I used to use the tank.
Why have I gone David Attenborough?
That's because anyone old sounds like.
And here we have a fantastic collection of cardinal tetra.
Oh, is that one?
What?
That one's got a very white belly. Is that one pregnant?
Yes. No, because that's the
Just
only neon.
really full.
It could be just of eating loads. That's a mature cardinal. Sorry, that is a mature neon tetra. I didn't want to take it out. It seemed fine with the rest of the cardinals, so I just let it be. It's always been like that, though.
So there's 2 old boys in there.
Yeah, two veterans. We've got the youngsters as well. We've not seen them yet. Come on, guys. There they are. There's one. There's one.
Oh yeah.
Let the auto ISO adjust. Yes.
What do you mean auto ISO? Don't use anything auto.
No.
Pure skill.
Yeah, see, and there's way more than one. Because we saw like 3 last time, didn't we? Yeah, so there's that one. And then next to it, we have got Swordtail tank and one other Black Molly. That's a younger male. Not young, but I didn't really want to put them in together because I was worried they might fight. Because they can be quite aggressive.
He looks younger.
Yeah, it's like much
the
more
old
fresh.
one's like actually greying.
Yeah.
Like grey hair.
It's one of the first ones. I think this was a baby of that one at some point because I had loads of babies. So I bought the original Swordtails and original Black Mollies together. All of these are the babies of the Swordtails, and that is a baby of the old grandpa in there. So,
Do you reckon he's just like, he's like, Dad, Dad?
no, don't say that because that makes it feel sad. This is all growing back now after we gave it a hack back.
Didn't even know there was one of these in here.
That is a Siamese algae eater, so it goes around and just nibbles at all the rocks, as well as the Black Molly. Anyway, let's give them some food. These guys always just stick it on the surface and they get it. Yeah, look at that. There's a proper male Swordtail there, look.
Yeah, I was just
one.
capturing that.
Like the beast, the dominant one in here. They're all different age groups as well. That's why the size is, because they're just constantly like, look, there's a little baby.
Oh yeah.
Hello, swim away. And of course, when this was all up taller, there was so much cover because the mollies will definitely predate on them. They probably predate on their own kind as well, but they just have so many babies that like the most sensible or, intelligent ones survive by staying down under the cover.
And this is all growing back pretty good.
Yeah, it's growing at a rate that I'm happy with, put it that way, because if we had the old lights on here, we swapped the light around because I needed the lights that were on here. This would have grown back to about there by now. So it's just getting its tips back there.
Ooh, about there.
Because we did it when you started, which was like on day 1, wasn't it? Which was like over a month ago now. But this, you can see all the tips are coming. So you get those tips on everything and you get that real clean look. Anyway, oh look, my little betta, he's out. Hello. He knows. He's coming to the top. There you go. Not too much. It's very easy to overfeed a betta. Oh, sorry. Plant just got in my face. That one won't step. Sorry. There we go. Oh no, there's no light. It's very, very pretty betta, isn't he?
Yeah, amazing looking. Crazy colours.
Yeah, I mean, that's not how they look in the wild, let's be honest. This is like selective breeding, but he's very, very healthy.
Tie-dyed.
I've had him for quite a long time now, yeah. I think this is a clown. It's like called a clown betta. I could be wrong on that. But you can get the ones, I'm sure you've seen them, Steph, that have got the big, massive, like, curvy fins and stuff, yeah? I'm not a massive fan of those. You tend to always eventually get problems. Whenever I get ones like this, placat style, which is the smaller fins, they always live way longer. I mean, they don't live a huge amount of time. This one here is probably getting on for 1.5 years, 2 years old, but then he was fully grown when I got him, so I don't know the actual age. You very rarely will, unless you breed them yourselves. But very, very healthy, doing very well. I often find they do better when they don't have any other fish with them other than cories, but that's just me personally. I'm sure there's hundreds of cases of people being like, my one lives in my community tank and it's doing great. And yeah, I bet they do. There you go, there's a bit more there. Nice.
The Flake and George's tank.
Oh yeah, I was like, there's no fish called George in here, Steph? And you meant George Farmer. Oh look at the Amano just like on the edge.
Yeah.
Get some flake in there as well. There we go. Another rummy nose. Got some good food. He's like, no, I don't like this. It's snowing. There's like a circle hole there. They come in and out of there, and there's like always like a good group of them that are like living inside of it.
Don't know if I'm going to get it. Yeah, I can. In this one.
Yeah, that circle.
You see their...
Come over the top, you can see it.
See their...
It's like a perfect cave for
their
them.
antennae.
You won't be able to get in there to see them, but there's always like loads in there.
I could stick the GoPro in there.
No, it's not that big.
Yeah.
These guys are ready as well for some flake. So these are the green neon tetras that I was never ever seeing at all. So I add in the guppies with them, and now I see them all the time. Whenever I set up a new tank, I'd see the green neons whilst they're getting used to the setup for quite a bit, and then after that, gone. But this has worked absolutely perfectly, and it's made me want to get more green neon tetras, which I was just going to be like, I don't really want to get a fish that I can't see, but the guppies and them go together so well. And some people have said, oh, they're the wrong kind of fish to put together because the pH of the guppies is supposed to be higher, and the pH of the green neons needs to be lower. So how can they be living together? These are all the sort of fish that can be bred quite easily and in a pH of 7. So, and my tap water comes out at 7, and they've been thriving in this. This has been set up now for a couple of months, and yeah, doing really well. Babies are popping out of the endlers as well. I keep saying guppies, but they're endlers, but ender guppies, similar, very similar species. Just obviously endlers are smaller. Look at the moss. Yes, you could sleep on that. I think I'm going to start.
Use it as a toupee.
I could, yeah. That's the second day in a row when you're mocking my lack of hair. But you're not far off.
Hey.
If we shaved that off, it'd probably be the same line as mine.
All right, get off.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah. Ah, there they are.
Ah.
I couldn't find those. Anyway, so this is a very recent setup that we did. It's for all of the special rare Plecos. They are all doing really, really well. I've got a heater coming today because I up the temperature a little bit, because at the moment it's just set to the room temperature, which is like 23, 24. It's winter, so summertime it does go up to what we need it to be, but it's not at the moment. So we're going to get a heater in there as well. There's a lot of tannins going on. We were discussing this and thinking it looks quite cool, but at the same time, it kind of looks dirty as well. We know it's not dirty, but people that come in and visit, I suppose it's only us in here. Do we keep it?
Maybe.
It's one of those things. Yesterday we're like, take it down, get it clean again, put some floating plants in. Now I'm like,
I reckon we continue with the 3 build.
Yeah, this one's going next, so we prep this ready.
And then see
how it looks compared.
How it looks, yeah.
Because it will be vastly different to the next one then.
Which is the idea.
Which is quite cool. Well, the idea was like hardscape, minimal plants, nature, and then jungle. So it will, either way, it'll work. But, I mean, the fish will definitely like the tannins. All fish pretty much like the tannins, the lower pH and things like that. But I would show you the fish, but they're obviously Plecos and notorious for hiding. But yeah, we can see a few. Come down here, there's the snowball, and there's an arabesque next to it as well. Snowballs, they've all got their own little favourite spots. Show them that one that's just hanging out of the wood there.
Yeah. There it is.
It's just got a tail hanging out. We gave it a little poke just then to make sure it wasn't stuck, and it's not. It's just found its nice little area.
I don't know if Plecos get stuck, do they?
Oh, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, but the amount of times the bristle nose go up in a piece of wood, and it might just be because you're trying to move them, but they, you know, they got these little whiskers at the side of their mouths, and they just flare open and lock in.
Oh, right.
Sometimes I think they lock in too tight.
Is that not like a defence mechanism?
Yeah, it stops them being swallowed.
A predator.
Yeah, it's the idea is that like if it's in a mouth, they'll do that until the fish spits it out. But I think they do it in some areas of wood where they literally are locked in. I've had to break open pieces of wood before to get them out.
That's what Martin said when he
he did say
sorted out
these for us.
These Plecos. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in there, they're doing well. Right, this is my silver tip tetras up here, look. Fantastic little species. Did this setup on them that's an actual scape, whereas the rest of the tanks are all kind of just like storage tanks, just got some plants and floating plants, and you can just put fish in at any point because they're kind of cycled because there's so much mulm and things. But yeah, we'll give these guys a little feed. They used to be so shy of me, but now look, they will come up for feed, and they used to hide until I'd gone away. So it's really nice that they're like, they like me. I'm so pathetic.
You need to get some friends.
I have, these are my friends. I always joke that I don't have friends, and everyone's like, oh, I'll be your friend, which is nice, thank you audience. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of friends. I've got you, I've got Sam.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not your friend.
Oh yeah, I pay you to
I'm
be
an
my
employee.
friend. Hey, paying to be a friend is still a friend. Oh, let's not forget one of the stars of the studio, Timmy Tims. These guys try and eat his pellets now. These are the Odessa barbs, the original ones from those babies you saw in the other tank. These are the parents, so there was another female, but she's gone now. So there's just one female, but she seems to be fine. Look, her fins aren't ragged, they're not bullying her too much. So, you know, don't change it, but I feed them first because they try and get Timmy's pellet, and I've got to be fast.
Quick, faster.
Timmy's pellet, there you go, come on buddy, here it is. He's very derpy. Oh no, he's learning, yeah, it normally takes him about 10 minutes. I normally put 5
Wow,
pellets
that was
in.
instant.
And he takes it down because turtles don't have a tongue, they have to use the water to swallow the food. So I've seen people try and feed their turtles on land. All they'll do is grab the food and run in the water because they need the water to swallow it. But look how big he is now. Well, he's not big for it. A normal musk turtle would sit quite comfortably in the palm of my hand, but like he's always been a little runt of the litter. But he was as big as my thumb now, so yay!
You've had him for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah. Pretty. When I was in the shed in my garden, second shed it was, when I just got it as well. So that's about 5 years. It's one of the family.
He was such a laugh at Christmas, wasn't he?
We got him presents and everything. He sat around the tree.
Drank too many shandies.
Right, here is the puffer tank. This is the Amazon puffers. Now, not recently, but a while back, I noticed how goofy they were getting because their teeth was growing quite a bit. Some of them still are, but some of them have come right down. So look at this one's mouth. Teeth have come right in. Look at this goofy guy. Hi. But it was worse, so it's working. The way I've got around it is I've got down in Timmy's tank.
Oh, they know.
Together. But basically, I've got these little shrimps, dried shrimp. Look at that. Now, the pieces are pretty big for them, you know, like that, but I just break them up like this. There's little bits in the water. And again, these are so derpy, so even when you feed them, they're like, where, look, see? And they have to proper munch on that to really get it smaller. Because whatever I was doing before, it just wasn't working, but this is gonna work an absolute treat. Proper crusty shells, and they take it and they seem to love it as well. Like, some of them are just silly. Look, come up. But they can just sit and float in the top. They get caught in the plants and that, and then they go around and eat them, so it's all good.
They smell so bad.
Oh, they do. They're the fishiest smelling thing ever, even though they're like dry and there's no moisture. So like, I don't just feed this, but I've been feeding this at the moment first, just to try and make sure that they think that's all they're getting. Grind down their beaks a bit, and then I'll put in some bloodworms, tropical mix, frozen food and stuff like that as well. Look at them going for it. Ow, ow. You can sort of see the ones that do go for it more because their teeth are ground right down. So it definitely works.
Great looking tank.
Yeah, it does need a bit of a trim up. There's a lot of algae got caught in the roots of the Java ferns, but look how good, healthy the Java ferns are. It does need just a bit of TLC, not too much, because it is a forest tank I was going for, and they love coming in and out of all the channels and things. So yeah, over at the fish wall, we have got the babies. Look at the size of them now. They're getting big. So cute. They were microscopic when I put them in here, and now you can see they're proper electric blue acara. Very good with feeding, look. Oh, I thought that was food. That's not food. Let me get you food. There you go. It's funny, they all came in at the same time, same batch of eggs, and you've clearly got like a hierarchy of some kind, or maybe it's just genetics, because biggest, medium, and then little tiddler at the back. Come forward. Look, same batch of eggs. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Like humans.
That's true. Well, not
not
that
like-
much of a disparity. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Look, oh yes, I've got language.
You learning.
Then shut that up because they are little jumpies. I don't think they could jump that up. He probably could. There's not a lot else in all the other
Snail,
tanks.
your snail tank.
There's a snail tank. Let's do it really
Give
well.
a good old feed in there, don't you?
I like to leave the algae in this. I could get that out in seconds with one grab, but it seems to work well with snails. Like, I don't know what it is. When there's more algae in a tank, I guess there's more background levels of food, but also completely overfeed it. Look, like that's way too much food for a tank with no fish in. But look, we're growing snails more and more and more. There's like eggs dotted on all the surfaces and things. So whenever I want to start a new tank, I'll come in, grab about 5 or 6 out, chuck them in the new tank, and then continue the cycle of breeding. It's the circle. And then I'm going to show you now the tank that I did with Dave. This is the most high-tech, most expensive little box of water in the whole studio. Like this light on top, this ADA light alone, costs more than like 4 setups that I've got in total. But look at the results, eh? That's pretty nice, right? It does need a trim up of that Juncus repens grass, but I just love how wild it looks. And again, this is all migrating into the hair grass. This Hyalanthium quadrilatus, eh? But look, it's a bit of a brute. It's going to take over all of it unless I get in there in a little bit. I'll do that in a minute when we finish feeding. Just pull all of that back out. It's quite easy. Just pull each one and it de-roots, but doesn't pull everything up. I'm fingers crossed anyway. But that said, it's got CO2 in here, so it'll just regrow very, very fast. But these guys are like, will you just shut up and feed us? There we go. Got some nice copper spore in here. There's also the gourami at the back there. Can you see him? Okay. There he comes. Oh, he's hiding. He's gone and hid behind the surface skimmer. Don't you get stuck? No, he's not stuck. Yeah, beautiful looking tank. Lots of greens. The main bit of colour coming through now is the flamingo cryptocorini down the bottom there. That'll actually get more vibrant as it starts to grow because it all melted back and had to sort of restart, but now that it has, it's got some really good colour. Oh, we've got the gudgeons as well, peacock gudgeons. Yeah, beautiful tank. Right, this is probably going to be quite hard to film, Steph, because a lot of the light...
So dark.
Yeah, but this is a barb tank. I think I'm going to keep these in this tank when I change it out to a different kind of jungle, a more managed jungle. These were absolutely tiny, all of them, when I put them in here. But we've got rosy barbs, which are gorgeous. Well, they weren't tiny. The rest of them pretty much were. We've got green barbs and we've got cherry barbs in here. And they want their food. Big fish, so they can get a good amount. Look, all the plants just growing at the top as well, Steph. Come up here, look. This is all Rotala rotundifolia, and it's how it grows out of water. Well, that's the Ludwigia, but yeah. You can literally take trimmings of this and plant it underwater, and it'll carry on growing and just switch how it looks. So there's the underwater growth, and you can see how it's got like completely different leaf shape. And then when it's on the top, it's like round and spaced out. Quite cool.
Wow. That's mad.
It literally changes.
It's crazy, it's so different.
Yeah. It's like, I think what it is underwater, leaves have to be spread further to take up nutrients like CO2 and anything. Like, there's no air, or there is minimal air, isn't there? But on the surface, it can be smaller and still have a ton of CO2 from the atmosphere. So I think it comes down to something like that. There's a nice Ludwigia coming out the top as well. Look at that for a beautiful specimen.
Lovely.
Right, I've shown you most of the tanks there. Like I say, it was just like a run and gun video, just thought it'd be a little bit different. And hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, and you got this far, please hit the subscribe button, the usual YouTube rubbish coming out of my mouth now. We're nearly at 1 million subs though. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed and you watch all the time, please do. It'd be nice, it doesn't cost anything. And I'll see you soon.